Are we eating up a progressive narrative?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Because, again, I went back and I was looking at all my old newsletters. I was looking at all my old notes. I actually thought when they were saying that we would get up to maybe even 40 seats, I'm like, you people are stupid. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. That's dumb. And I almost feel bad. Not really, but, I almost want to. When, coming on air and like raining on everyone's parade, like, we're never going to take those many seats. It's never going to happen. I always thought it was going to be the lower end of the seats that we were going to get in the House. But that was still a win because a number of those included seats that we were going to flip from Democrats. And by the way, we did that save for like a couple. And then when you look at the Senate, I really don't think that, we're really that far off when it comes to what we had originally planned for the Senate. I really don't. I don't think we are. So are we taking this narrative that, oh my gosh, we all screwed up so bad? Again, I do think that there's something to be said for the way that money is spent. I also think that it doesn't help that there's a lot of operatives out there on the right and the left that are running some stupid narratives for the sake of, they want to keep their power adjacency. But I do feel like we're taking this narrative in terms of how elections went out. Democrats are being very successful right now, floating it was the fewest seats lost from a Democrat in any kind of midterm. So Biden was actually really successful. He wasn't, though. Think about this. They lost some pretty historic seats that were generationally Democrat. They lost Florida for who knows how long. That was a state that was going to Barack Obama in 2012. I mean, they lost Miami-Dade. That's a county that was plus 29 Hillary Clinton in 2016, and they lost that county. Look at New York. Lee Zeldin came within striking distance of the Democrat incumbent. That is unheard of since George Pataki. That's pretty amazing. And there were 4 congressional seats that were flipped in that state. So think about this. That's pretty impressive. And Kane made a good point here. They're trying to take a victory lap so as to convince people that their policies are really what voters wanted. I think that maybe perhaps we should not go by their measure, but our own. Now, if we don't take a couple Senate seats, okay. And there's something to be said for that. I think candidate quality matters. But they don't have Senate majority. And I don't believe they're going to win the runoff in Georgia. So let's kind of keep some perspective on this. Yes, I wanted bigger wins. But after the dust settled and I'm looking at all of this, I'm like, you know what? I feel like Legolas looking at Aragorn in Lord of the Rings when they're at the Battle of Helm's Deep, which every single situation in life can be traced to that portion of the movie and book. Legolas looks at Aragorn and he says, I am so sorry. I was wrong to despair. I am Legolas right now. I was wrong to despair. So let's keep some perspective on this. I refuse to give them this victory. No, I refuse. You shall not pass. We'll be Gandalf telling the Balrog to go back to the shadow. It's fine.